Bickley and Marotta Mornings. Arizona Sports. The local sports leader. Bickley Blast.
There is a fundamental rule of fandom that says you must respect and cheer for your playoff teams. It applies to GCU and Arizona, who are off to Seattle for the NCAA tournament. It applies to ASU's hockey team, still alive in their hopes to reach the Frozen Four. But will it apply to the Phoenix Suns? Will we respect and cheer for them if they moonwalk into the playoffs as a 10 seed? For now, fair is fair. If I'm going to take a blowtorch to our occasionally grotesque NBA team, then I must acknowledge when they get it right. They beat the Raptors by 40 points last night, their most lopsided blowout in 16 years. They leaned on young guys who brought great energy and defensive IQ. It looked like they were actually having fun in the second quarter, and I give Mike Budenholzer a lot of credit. Last night's house party came with Kevin Durant on the bench for over 9 minutes in the second quarter, a night when he only took 7 field goal attempts. Budenholzer trusted his gut, and it worked. And at the very least, last night made me feel a little bit better about the soft rebuild coming this summer, because Devin Booker is a player who reflects those around him. We saw it with Chris Paul, we've seen it with KD, and last night we saw what happens when you surround Book with energy, defense, and teammates who play like their lives depend on it. All right, today's Bickley Blast brought to you by my great friends at Chapman BMW, who make luxury attainable. Find them online at chapmanbmw.com.
What I'm seeing is a lack of passion. And that's what it oozes through them. I've called games. I've sat there courtside and felt it. I've watched them on TV and felt it. Certainly felt it in this game.
Yeah.
Here's the difference between them and other teams that we will use the word disappointment about. All of those teams, we could throw that word out, it's because of injuries.
Sure. Sixers, for example.
These guys, Sixers, Dallas, New Orleans, these guys are healthy, and they're playing like this.
That's Tim Legler on NBA Today. So the talk that started at halftime Sunday on ABC, Kendrick Perkins, Bob Myers, Stephen A. Smith unloading on the Suns, bled over yesterday afternoon to NBA Today on ESPN. Mm-hmm. Tim Legler engaged in it, talking about the Suns having no fight, no passion. Kendrick Perkins was part of it again. And then lo and behold, they showed energy. They showed passion. Again, you want to put an asterisk by it, that's up to you. This team, I think, has been such a disappointment. You have to ignore the asterisk games because I didn't think they were capable of beating anybody like that last night. They've struggled with teams that have had skeleton crews playing against them. And you're right. The second quarter was fun.
Yeah.
They smelled blood in the water and they went for it for the first time all year. And what I loved about it too, Bick, is they outscored Toronto by 28 points in the second quarter, but there wasn't any removal of the foot from the gas pedal the rest of the game. When you lead by 23 points at half and you win by 40, the second half was pretty good too. So that was the example, the second quarter, and you had 3 quarters out of the 4 with really good passion, really good ball movement, connectivity, defense, hustle, all of those things that have avoided this team for so long. So, again, how can they bottle this or come close to replicating it against more competitive opposition? Right. That's the key moving forward.
Yeah, so to me, that's really kind of it, because I don't know what you think about the play-in tournament and where this whole thing is going. I do know this. The Trailblazers, they're not dead. I think it's more likely Portland attempts to pass the Suns from behind than the Mavericks holding on and staying in front of the Phoenix Suns. The Mavericks actually, according to Brian Windhorst, petitioned the league to change the rules to allow them to spend more money on players right now so they can supplement their decimated team. Yeah. And the NBA said, sorry, them's the rules.
Yeah, I mean, rules are rules. We don't see cases this extreme very often. And look, I'm kind of torn on it. In one way, what's happened to Dallas is remarkable in a bad way. Yeah. Should they receive the help? But no, I mean, the NBA is then opening up a can of worms if they do that, and they're going to stand pat. Now, this also is, I think, expediting the Anthony Davis decision. Mm-hmm. I don't think the Mavericks necessarily wanted to bring back Anthony Davis. He's going to play in the G League tonight, supposedly.
But they're so short on bodies.
They're so short that
he probably feels compelled to play, right?
Yeah, there was a time when it got real bleak for the Mavericks after the Kyrie Irving injury where logic and history would tell you he's not coming back. I mean, the Mavericks 2 years ago shut down the engines. Why are they going to keep the engines going now?
Yeah.
But the extreme nature of all of it, we'll see what happens.
Yeah.
And I wonder what kind of impact he can have on a team. And he's played 31 minutes with that team.
Well, listen, and again, I don't know if Ryan Dunn and Oso Ighodaro and Cody Martin, that you can stretch them out and continue to get these great vibes. Colin Gillespie thrown there as well. But the fans love it. They bring a different energy. It's fresh. It's sincere. They're actually trying. It's not the lazy, jogging, head down, shoulders sagging kind of stuff. And it's proof that sports fans at our core, we really don't ask for all that much. Sincerity of effort goes a long way in our athletic teams.
Absolutely.
And the Cardinals last year were proof. And the year before that, when they won 4 games, were proof.
That was exactly where I was going.
Yeah.
They were a 4-win team that got the respect of its opponents and the fans.
Yep.
Because of the way they play.
Yep.
And the critics. And you know how brutal critics can be, national critics can be for a team that wins 4 games. Everybody was talking about, wow, look at that. They went in Philadelphia at the end of the year, beat the Eagles.
That's right.
Jonathan Gannon's got something cooking there. That is at the base of it.
It's the base of it.
Go out there and bust your butt and try to win a game.
And
that's all we want.
It's the essence of competition. That's what people want to see. The try-hard factor, the passion, the joy that you love doing what you're doing. The Stephen A. Smith criticism, I don't agree with Stephen A. A whole lot, but what he said, his analogy about the Suns like a child who's just been punished by his parents to do chores, that's how they look playing basketball. He was not wrong about that. They didn't look that way last night.
No. It's also worth a try. Like, they've tried a lot of other things that aren't working over the course of 3/4 of a season. It's worth a try down the stretch to give a shot of something there, you know?
Totally agree. Here's Oso Ighodaro. He played a big role in last night's win.
We just have to do it. I mean, at this point in the season, there's no more talking about it. We just have to go out there and do it. We know what it is, and we just have to go out there and compete.
Talky.
Uh-huh.
No more talky.
I want to bring up something else real quick that I've noticed in basketball. Because last night an NBA fan drilled a half-court shot for $25,000. A Rockets fan did.
It's the second time a Houston fan has done that in like a month.
Okay, it's been happening all year long. A Cavs fan made one for $10,000. A Lakers fan made one for $100,000. A Clippers fan made one for a trip to Hawaii. In broadcasting GCU games, I've been astounded at how good these young shooters are from half court. I believe this is a Steph Curry effect. I believe the Steph Curryization of basketball, i.e., where everyone who plays now is extending the range in which they're shooting, has led to this phenomenon.
Well, it hasn't affected the shooters for the $10,000 shot at Suns games, I could tell you that.
No,
because there's been some dismal attempts.
Have there?
For years now. I don't remember the last time somebody made a half-court shot that I've been at a game.
That's funny. All right, well, maybe I'm wrong, but my experiences are this is it used to be, wow, you got it close.
Yeah, oh my God, he hit the rim.
He hit the rim.
You're 100% correct, though. Kids nowadays are practicing long shots. They're not, blowing a rim and practicing dunks like they did when
the difference was when I was a kid and trying to play organized basketball, even though the coaches usually cut me from teams and didn't allow me to play, I was fascinated by the three-point shot. So I was always taking three-point shots. The difference was coaches back then were like, what are you doing out there?
That's right.
Don't shoot from there.
That's right.
You're not going to make it.
Quit being so lazy.
Now coaches are like, go further.
Yeah.
That was one of my calling cards back in the day, the three-point jumper.
Oh, we know. We heard all the reports.
Yeah, we
about
did.
Sabolka.
Tom Leander called you a legend, man.
Thanks for watching Bickley and Marotta. Click to see the latest Bickley Blast and hit the button in the middle to subscribe to Arizona Sports.